What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a Champions League review video because we have to talk about the huge Real Madrid Bayern Munich Champions League semi-final and especially the absolute howler that the referees made in extra time, disallowing a perfectly good, perfectly legit Bayern Munich goal. What was your opinion on the game? Overall, of course, Real Madrid deserved to win the game because they created the most chances. Vinicius hits the post in the first half. Manuel Neuer made 5 or 6 incredible saves, but it's so cruel for Bayern Munich because they were like in the 88th minute they were 1-0 up, and Manuel Neuer's huge mistake gifted Real Madrid the equalizer, which of course changes the whole momentum of the tie. And Real Madrid have this black magic voodoo on the Champions League, and it is not luck, it is not coincidence. They have an inner belief that is probably the best out of all the Champions League teams, that they never know when they are beaten, they never lie down, they never give up, and they always feel that they will score a goal and they will equalize even in the last minutes, in the last seconds of any game. And I think Thomas Tuchel made some massive mistakes, especially at 1-0 up when Alphonso Davies, who came on for the injured Gnabry, scores his first Champions League goal, an absolutely incredible right-footed curling effort into the top corner. Alphonso Davies is a left-footed player, but the way he scored on his right foot, I don't think it was Rudiger's mistake. But let me know in the comments below what do you think about this refereeing controversy that we will talk about a little bit. And up until that Manuel Neuer mistake, and this is why I would hate to be a goalkeeper, because you make 500 great saves, but then you make one clanger, one howler, which Manuel Neuer very rarely makes. Every goalkeeper makes errors. Even the best goalkeeper, Alisson, sometimes made howlers and errors, like in against Real Madrid. And how come it's almost always against Real Madrid these world-class goalkeeper makes huge mistakes? Like Alisson made a huge mistake against Real Madrid when Liverpool lost 5-2 at home, and now Neuer, a simple shot straight down the middle from Vinicius Jr. outside of the box. Because the ball bounces, Manuel Neuer wants to like catch the ball like this, and it hits his throat or it hits his chest here. It comes out, and Joselu, 34-year-old Joselu, who used to play for Stoke City, he came on as a substitute. And remember, Joselu is a Real Madrid fan. 2 years ago, he was pictured with his father wearing a Real Madrid kit, attending the Champions League final, which, by the way, I just looked up that Champions League final because this Real Madrid performance in the Champions League reminded me of that run when Real Madrid went all the way to winning the Champions League in 2022, and Real Madrid had 24 shots in that game. Sorry, Liverpool had 24 shots that game. Real Madrid just had 4. Liverpool had 9 shots on target against Real Madrid in the 2022 Champions League final. 24 shots, 9 on target. Real Madrid just had 4 shots, 1 on target, and guess what? Real Madrid won the game 1-0. You just can't explain it. It's this incredible like magic that Real Madrid has in the Champions League and in the whole competition, but especially in the finals. 17 finals, they won 14 of them, which is an absolutely incredible record that no other team matches. And Dortmund must be absolutely gutted that they will face Real Madrid because it's almost impossible to beat Real Madrid in a Champions League final. They win Champions League finals, that's what they do, and that's why they are the biggest club in the world. But Alphonso Davies, after a fantastic counter-attack by Bayern Munich, Musiala dispossesses Real Madrid midfielder, turns, passes it to Kane, Harry Kane in the center circle, picks out a brilliant pass onto Alphonso Davies, who runs onto it. Rudiger shows him inside onto his weaker right foot, which I think wasn't bad defending. It's just Alphonso Davies scores a 1 in a million shot into the top corner. No chance for Lunin, the Real Madrid goalkeeper. And then, Real Madrid kept creating chances. Rodrigo and Vinicius they both missed big chances to equalize. They sometimes shot narrowly wide, or Neuer made the great saves, or Vinicius hit the post. And then that Neuer mistake, the ball comes out to him, and Joselu, who is very alive, very alert. Joselu came on just 7 minutes before he scored. And he is straight away like very alert, very alive in the game. And this is why this Real Madrid team is so great, that the whole squad contributes, not just the starting 11, but every substitute believes in the Real Madrid cause, believes that they can score at any time. And that belief comes from the stadium, the badge of Real Madrid, the spirit, the history of Real Madrid. It's overwhelming. And even Bayern Munich, one of the greatest teams in Europe, winning the Champions League 6 times themselves, even Bayern Munich, I think, got rattled by the occasion, by the Real Madrid's crowd, by this incredible pressure that Real Madrid put Bayern Munich under. And that's maybe why Manuel Neuer made that mistake, because Manuel Neuer, usually very calm, he was nervous because of the atmosphere, because of the crowd, because of the occasion. And it's a basic technical error by the goalkeeper, but it's a huge error at a crucial part of the game. If Manuel Neuer comfortably saves this, maybe Real Madrid go out. We don't know that. But that whole lead goal totally, completely changed the momentum of the game. And just 2 minutes later, after a long ball into the Bayern Munich box, the ball bubbles around, it falls to Rudiger, who went forward for the free kick, and Rudiger passes it to Joselu in the middle, who stayed offside, but because Rudiger goes behind the lines, and Rudiger is passing it straight across goal, and Joselu at that point is behind the ball. So even though the linesman, and this is important, the linesman puts his flag up only after Joselu scores. So the referee doesn't whistle during the attack, he whistles after the attack that it's offside, puts his hand up, and then VAR checks it, and it's a semi-automatic offside decision system, very quick. It's onside, and Real Madrid players start celebrating like crazy. And as I said, overall Real Madrid deserved the win. They had 3 XG, 19 shots, 7 shots on target. Bayern Munich only had 0.3 XG, 8 shots, 5 on target. But this is where I think the referee absolutely ruined this game, because instead of talking about the great football that was on show, that the great drama, we have to talk about this absolute disgrace of a refereeing mistake. And this is, by the way, this Polish refereeing trio of the 2 linesmen and the referee, they are the best referees in Europe. They referee the World Cup final, they referee the Champions League final, if the information is correct that I heard on the commentary. So there is a long ball towards the Real Madrid box. I think it was Mazraoui and De Ligt who is going forward, just on the last line of the Real Madrid defense, and it's a very, very close goal. So even on the naked eye, you couldn't tell if they were onside or offside. And at that point, the linesman should keep his flag down. He makes a huge error putting his flag up, because that confuses the referee. Because the linesmen are told now, you only flag if you are absolutely 100% certain that it's offside. And if it's 3-4 yards offside, yes, you put your flag up. But if it's a marginal goal, there is VAR, there is the semi-automatic offside system. You keep your flag down. And even then, it wouldn't have been a problem if the referee, who is a very experienced referee, and VAR has been in operation for years now, and this semi-automatic offside system is in operation for years now in the Champions League. The referees are told, don't whistle. Let the play go through, let the attack play out if it's a marginal offside, and then after the goal is happened, VAR and the semi-automatic offside system can check it. And I don't understand why the referee blows the whistle. Just as the Real Madrid player Mendy heads it, so it isn't even Mazraoui who is going for the ball. And the crucial bit is De Ligt was offside, but De Ligt wasn't going for the ball, so he's not active in this situation. Mazraoui is going for the ball. He doesn't win the header, but yes, he's contesting the header. So if Mazraoui is offside, then it's not a goal. But Mazraoui is onside. beIN Sports did an analysis, they drew the lines, and Mazraoui is behind Rudiger's leg, who is the last Real Madrid defender. If the linesman linesman doesn't flag and the referee doesn't blow the whistle, then the Bayern Munich goal would have stood. There is a counter argument that the Real Madrid players stopped playing when the referee blows the whistle because you are told play to the whistle, and I can understand that. But why on earth does the referee blow his whistle when it's such a marginal call? Maybe he was very far away from the incident and he trusted his linesman, and these guys are working in teams, so the referee trusts his linesman if the linesman puts his flag up. But I think the referee should have seen that it's a close one. It's not a big offside by 3 or 4 yards. And in that moment, the referee should know better than to whistle. Because this is a monumental, huge, seismic mistake. Bayern Munich worked all year long very, very hard to get to this position. They are 2-1 down in the Champions League semi-final with minutes to go. If they equalized and De Ligt, the ball falls to De Ligt and he smashes it home, and then he straight away runs to the referee. The whole Bayern Munich, like the technical team, the coach Thomas Tuchel was very angry at the linesman. Why did he put his flag up? The Bayern Munich players, rightfully so. Thomas Müller, I've never seen his face this red. His face was as red as my t-shirt. And he was absolutely fuming, screaming at the referee. Why do you blow your whistle when the the play is still ongoing? And De Ligt came out after the game saying that the linesman said sorry. And he said to me, I made a big mistake. So the linesman knew that he shouldn't have put his flag up. The referee knows he shouldn't have whistled. And that's a problem, that once the referee whistles, VAR can't intervene. So they couldn't even check if it was offside or not, because the referee blew the whistle before De Ligt's shot went into the Real Madrid goal. Of course, Carlo Ancelotti countered in the press conference saying that if the Bayern Munich goal should have stood, then the Real Madrid goal that was disallowed should have stood as well, when Nacho pushes Kimmich in the face by 2 hands. I don't think that's a fair comparison, because that's a clear foul. You can't do that. You can't push somebody in the face and then a second later he shoots. That was in the 70th minute. That goal was rightfully disallowed by VAR, by the way, not the referees. So the referees had an absolute nightmare. They had an absolute howler. And now it's almost certain that they won't get the Champions League final. They were odds-on favorites to get the Champions League final, these referees. But now that they made this huge mistake, they won't. Thomas Tuchel also was very good in his post-match press conference, where he said that the referees made a huge mistake, huge error, and they worked all year to get to the Champions League final, and it's very, very tough to take, of course. He said something which I think can be criticized. He said that if that is a Real Madrid goal, then the linesman doesn't flag and the referee doesn't blow the whistle. That's kind of conspiracy theory territory by Thomas Tuchel. That was just out of frustration. But you can't really argue that everything goes Real Madrid's way when they have these runs in the Champions League. Almost every 2 seasons Real Madrid win the Champions League. They won it in 2014, then they won it in 2016, 17, 18. In 2022 they won it as well. So now it's 2024 and Real Madrid might win it again. They won it in 98, 2000 and 2002. So Real Madrid would love to win it every second year, every double year. So yeah, and the Real Madrid already won the La Liga, so they can just cruise until the Champions League final and be well rested for that. Dortmund will be their opponents. I want Dortmund to win. I'm just sick and tired of seeing Real Madrid win the Champions League all the time. And Dortmund, what a story it would be. But either Jadon Sancho or Jude Bellingham will be a Champions League winner. And Jude Bellingham is now fully justified to go to Real Madrid. They won La Liga, they are in the Champions League final, and he's just 20 years old. Absolutely incredible performance by Real Madrid. Overall, they deserved it. It's just a shame that this refereeing mistake overshadowed an otherwise great Champions League semi-final. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.